talk about men hating to ask for directions. But that's not really the point. The real problem is men love to drive. And if you have to ask for directions, that means you don't know where you're going, and that means the passenger seat is in your near future. So when you're out with your wife and you lose the argument, as you know you must, and you end up asking a guy for directions, here's what to do to stop your integrity from shrinking, because size matters. Make a little sign, hide it under your sleeve, attach a couple of sinkers to the edge so it'll unroll without your wife seeing it. Then you want to pick a married guy because he'll understand. Okay, so pull over, tell him where you're headed, and as soon as you ask him if you're going in the right direction, secretly release the sign. It's a big week at the Lodge this week. We got a horseshoe tournament going on. Mind you, I haven't been able to find my horseshoes. I figure they'll turn up sooner or later. Mike, can you come up here a minute, please?
I didn't steal it, Mr. Green.
Uh-huh. What? Didn't steal what, Mike?
You'll have to be more specific.
Well, I can't seem to find my horseshoes. Are they in there?
Probably not.
I know the sound of my own horseshoes. Can I have them back, please, Mike?
Oh! You should have told me to put them in there.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Where'd you get that pen?
Oh, I've always had this pen.
That's my pen, Mike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Has it got your name on it?
Yeah?
Oh.
You know, Mike, this sticky finger stuff is getting out of hand. What?
I'm sorry, Mr. Green. I just can't help myself. All my life I've been taking stuff that wasn't mine. It's just been getting worse and worse. But don't send me back to prison. Please, please, don't send me back to prison, Mr. Green. I can't do it anymore, I tell you. I just can't do it.
Okay, Mike, I'm not going to send you back to prison.
Great.
But you need to do something, Mike. You know what? Why don't you go down and see your parole officer and offer to help him out, eh? I think you'd have a whole different attitude if you were looking at law enforcement from the other side.
That's a great idea,
Yeah,
Mr. Green.
yeah.
I'm going to go right down there and do that.
Good man, yeah.
Can I catch a ride with you?
Sure. No, you know what? I'd be glad to do that, Mike.
Oh, gee, thanks, Mr. Green. Here's the keys to your van.
It's time for the Possum Lodge word game! Today's winner will receive free boxing lessons from Tucker's Manufacturing, makers of the finest cardboard boxes. Cover your ears there, Ed. Red, you've got 30 seconds to get Animal Control Officer Ed Frid to say this word. Instinct. Instinct.
Yeah, all right.
And go.
Okay, Ed, this is something that almost all animals have.
Sharp teeth.
Okay, no. This is what animals use to find their way back to somewhere they've been before.
A trail of blood.
No. Okay. This is something that animals have that humans don't.
Antlers.
No, okay, Ed, why do salmon swim upstream?
A panic. Yeah. Do you ever see their eyes?
Ed, they're not afraid. They swim up to their spawning grounds, they lay eggs, and they die. Now, what characteristic makes them do that?
Stupidity.
Red, you guys are running short on time.
I know. Okay, Ed, you're an animal control officer. What's the difference between you and the animals?
Well, I can outrun them. But that's just my survival instinct.
There we go.
If you're sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, and you don't live anywhere near water, call Rothschild Sewage and Septic Sucking Services.
See, it's people like that that have ruined it for everybody. My wife Bernice sees them with their slim waistline, their low pulse rate. She takes a look at me and starts getting all kinds of ideas. See, to me, you should keep your pulse rate high, not low. Because eventually it goes to 0, and you want to keep it as far away from that as you can. So Bernice gets me one of these treadmill machines, tells me she wants me to do 3 miles a day. At the speed I walk, that's a 24-hour commitment. You never get anywhere. Scenery doesn't change. It's useless and boring. And those are 2 words that I hear enough of in my life. Well, I got a better idea. See, this is the key right here. This machine runs on 12 volts DC, just like a car. That means you don't have to plug it into house current. You could actually run this on a couple of car batteries. Now, you may be a little bit confused at this point. Might even be sitting there with your mouth wide open and beer and chips are going everywhere. So let me explain the mystery to you. See, when they build these machines, they go to a lot of effort to make sure this belt never touches the ground. Well, that's where they make the big mistake. Okay, got my car batteries wired in, got my belt sitting flat on the ground. All I gotta do is put my feet on the side rails here and I'm ready to start exercising. Wait a minute. Huh? Let's play it safe for a change. Let's play it really safe. Okay, there's the beauty of a DC motor. To make the belt go the other way, all I had to do was switch the battery terminals. Don't you wish people were DC? All right, it's time for my 3-mile walk, so remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Do any of you have any ugly pictures of yourself sitting around? No? Didn't think so. See, when most people find an unflattering picture of themselves, they rip it up and they burn it and they go bury it in the backyard. I think that's a bad idea. Oh, I know some people take a fat picture of themselves and they'll put it on the fridge, kind of a deterrent to keep them from snacking, you know. That doesn't really work. It ends up as kind of a territorial thing. This fridge and its contents are the property of moose, you know. I'll tell you what I suggest. Get the ugliest, fattest, most disgusting picture of yourself ever taken and put it into a nice frame and hang it beside a full-length mirror. Make sure it's such a horrible picture, there's almost no chance you're ever going to look that bad again. This means when you stand in front of the mirror, you're going to see that you look way better now than you did back when that picture was taken. Right? And you start thinking that as you get older, you start looking better, huh? And that'll make you look better still. And if the day ever comes when you actually look worse than you do in the picture, well, hey, it's time to get out the camera. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together.
Now, this is the experts portion of the show where we feature those 3 little words that men find so hard to say. And today's letter reads as follows. Dear experts, our daughter's about to marry a moron. Is there anything we can do to stop her? And if not, how do we carry on with our lives once we have an idiot in the family?
Okay, well, now, as a father, you know, it's your responsibility to point out that this guy really is stupid, so what you want to do is invite him over for the Trivial Pursuit game, you know. Only instead of a game piece, you make him use your daughter's engagement ring, all right? Every time he gets one wrong, you pry a diamond out of there.
That is so wrong. Huh? No, look, marriage is based on mutual respect, not IQ. If you have mutual respect, you don't need anything else.
How many years have you been married, Harold?
Okay, I haven't found the right person yet, but at least I know what I'm looking for.
Yes, unfortunately, so do they. Except for this guy's daughter, who thinks she's looking for a moron, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat, you know. Yeah, my daughter's fiance sure no brainiac. It's so disappointing when your daughter starts going out with a total idiot.
Well, be careful now, Mr. Dalton. They say girls are attracted to men who remind them of their father.
Oh, Harold, come on now. That's ridiculous. mean, the fact that this guy notices that his daughter's boyfriend is stupid means that he's pretty smart. Because stupid people don't think anything is stupid.
Whereas you think everything is stupid.
Oh, Harold, don't be stereotyping. Don't be stereotyping me.
Well, my advice to this viewer is talk to another couple whose daughter married an idiot.
But there won't be anybody like that until you get engaged.
I was thinking more of Aunt Bernice's parents.
You're home, Dalton. You can get out now.
I can't get the paint off.
Try the bar salt.
Yes.
Gasoline.
Yes, Red.
Well, there's a belt sander back there, but nowhere to plug it in.
I can think of a place.
Now, don't get yourself all ranged up here, Dalton. Anne-Marie probably won't even notice.
Won't even notice. Look at me. I look like Bozo the Clown.
Well, that's not a huge stretch for her.
I can't go in there. Anne-Marie does not let me go to Paintball. If she sees the paint all over my face, she'll know I disobeyed a direct order.
Anne-Marie a little on the militant side, is she?
You are messing with the wrong Marine.
Well, you know, you should have been wearing one of those protective masks.
You know, I was, but I got knocked off in the first shot.
Well, you couldn't have had it on properly.
Oh, see, the problem was you shot me from 4 feet away.
Okay, I panicked, all right? I saw the enemy. I did what I had to do.
I was on your team, Red.
Well, who could tell with that mask on? All right, look. I got an idea. I got a gallon of paint here. Here we go. Come on. Take the lid off that, okay? You hang on to that, all right? Now, you take this inside the house and you tell Anne-Marie you're going to paint the front hall, but you slipped and fell and your face went right into the can.
Oh, that's a good one. You can tell you're a married man, huh? Oh, hey, wait, no. This color won't match.
Oh, no problem. Well, we sure got a different Mike in town, I'll tell you. His parole officer gave him a job as assistant bylaw enforcement officer. And the crime rate has just dropped. That's because Mike is too busy to steal stuff.
Red, Mike is out of control.
What?
Oh, you give a guy a goofy uniform and he sure thinks he is something.
You know that he nailed me twice today for parking violations? I didn't even have my car. I was just sitting on the curb.
Well, that's not parking. That would be either loitering or littering.
All right, he's gone fanatical. He sneaks up from behind and nails you. He's like a wedgie.
Just go easy on him for crying. He's trying to become a better person.
Well, it's not working. I liked him more when I couldn't trust him.
Well, you know what? We got to give him a chance, that's all. He's got a bad self-image. See, he sees himself as a low-life, two-bit criminal.
He is a low-life, two-bit criminal.
Well, I know, but we're giving him an opportunity to be something better.
What? A pain-in-the-butt bylaw enforcement officer?
Okay, maybe at first, but once he settles into the job and cools off a little bit, then we'll have a guy on the inside, huh? Know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm telling you that once he tries all his powers and everything, then suddenly he'll remember who his friends are, and we'll be able to do whatever we want. We can speed, we can park wherever we feel like.
Go through red lights.
Walk around topless!
I had a special project. Instead of building something, we're going to tear down the shed there. Walter drove over in his car. He was going to help me. I just figured get a sledgehammer and just start wailing away, and something's bound to give sooner or later. Hopefully not my own back. But Walter came around. He said, no, he wanted to stop me. He got a better idea. He's figuring we could use our pole there, and we hoisted up, one of the oil drums that had a lot of weight, and we could kind of make our own wrecking ball. Always wanted to have a wrecking ball. So I like the idea of that. So we tied her up to the line, and we filled her with old. Boy, we're so lucky having all those car batteries around, and luckily none of them were too juiced up. Neither were we at this point, so we could get them most of them into the barrel. So we hoisted her up on the pole there, and it's a metal pole, so a lot of strength, and just wind her up there, and she's ready to go. Now we just take her back, swing her back, and this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great, and unfortunately we hit the pole. Okay. So now what? Well, Walter's got another idea. He says we'll just load her up with the batteries again, and instead of sticking the pole back in the ground, what we'll do is we'll just mount the whole pole somewhere else, like say on the Possum van. He said to me, "Now just drive up closer to the shed and watch me. I'll tell you when to stop." But he wasn't looking, and then all of a sudden, I had slam on the brakes. And then he swings back towards me. Thank you very much, Walter. What's your next idea? So then he gets me to park her sideways there, put the batteries all back in, and away we go again. But he figures we can maybe just hoist her up by getting up on a ladder or whatever and get enough height on her that we could swing her up. And we're still going to try to make this wrecking ball work. So we got this. I thought this was a little too high, but he seemed to feel good about it. And you know, I think the one thing we forgot to do was to check the knot on the rope. And that was on. So Walter tied a little tougher knot this time, and now we're ready to go. And he wants to do her again, so back up the ladder he goes. Unfortunately, when you tie a bigger knot, it uses more rope. So what happened here was that she was just a little too short to actually hit the shed. So she swung up in the pendulum style, so famous for Newton, and then came up, and then it just come right back. And now it's Nail and Walter. So I got to move him away from the shed. So I get him into the. He kind of went into the trees there. But I think he's all right. Oh yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He's good. No, he's good. No, he's fine. This is the repair shop part of the show. We call it, if it ain't broke, you're not trying. So what do you got for us today, Winston?
Well, Red, I was hoping you could fix my mailbox.
Boy, what happened there?
My neighbor had a slight altercation with it.
Well, I can't fix that. So why don't you just trade mailboxes with the guy, huh?
Well, see, that's not really an option.
Well, what happened here?
Well, he claims that I hit his mailbox with my sewage truck, and that's when he came and danced all over my mailbox with his persuader.
Oh, okay, but this didn't happen.
No, I wasn't even in town. I was in Port Asbestos from the 12th to the 17th at the Prune Festival. I read those folks were going day and night.
Boy, I mean, it's not like you to back down from an argument. I mean, what convinced you?
The guy's 6'7", Red.
Well, that doesn't matter. Right is right. If we can prove that this happened while you were at the Prune Festival, you're a free man.
Well, how are you going to do that?
Well, there's a letter in there. If the letter is postmarked after the 12th, you're in the clear.
You're a genius.
No, Winston, just because somebody's smarter than you doesn't mean they're a genius. There we go, look at that. 15th.
I'm in the clear.
Hey, do you know this guy worked for the government?
Yeah.
He's an income tax auditor.
Really?
You know, Winston, maybe you should just buy yourself a new mailbox.
Maybe I should buy him a new mailbox.
Let's both buy him a new mailbox. You know, everybody likes those fancy new TVs. They're about an inch thick and they hang on the wall. Those things cost $25,000, which seems high to me. Buy about $24,900. Still, there is nothing more embarrassing in life than having an old-fashioned television set. So here's a cheap, easy way to convert your clunky old floor model TV into a state-of-the-art wall hanging job. First thing you want to do is hang a mirror on your wall about the same size as the television screen. Then, you just cut a hole in the floor and drop your TV set down in there with the screen facing up. And then you put a hinged trap door over top like this one, and on the inside of the trap door, you mount another mirror. Now, when your Amish friends drop over for an apple or whatever, you just close the trap door. But on the other hand, when you're ready to watch some high-tech, cutting-edge stuff like wrestling or tractor pulls, you just turn on your TV set, and then you just line up the mirrors. You know, there's an expression, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. See, in layman terms, that means like father, like son. Well, I think we got the problem with Mike's police job all sorted out. You know, sometimes he's a little too thorough. Same way when he was a crook. You know, if he had a piece of chain, he'd steal 2 cars and then tow one of them.
Mr. Green, I just wanted to say thanks again.
Yeah.
You know, this is the first job I've really been good at.
You know, Mike, you can actually be too good at a job.
You know, I feel I'm really making a difference out there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making the streets safe for ordinary citizens, and I'm ridding the world of hardened criminals.
All right.
This is all your fault, Red.
Yeah.
Little guy on the inside. All right, stop it.
Now it looks like you're gonna have two guys on the inside.
What are you doing, Mike? These are your friends. These aren't criminals.
Jaywalking is a serious offense.
You can't arrest them for that.
Boy, Mr. Green, first you say one thing and then you say another totally opposite thing. It's just like when both my dads explained the facts of life.
Well, okay, look, I made a mistake when I told you to become a cop. You know, we got to put things back the way they were, where everybody knew where they stood. Us on one side of the one-way glass, and you in the lineup.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, one of these keys will open your locks.
What's the other one?
It's a key to your store. Come on, you boys, you better move along now. Come on, move along. Get the lead out. Come on, move it. Come on. Come on, hold on. Come on, guys.
Okay, if my wife is watching, I'll be coming straight home after the meeting. I think it was Abraham Lincoln said the law's an ass. I guess he knew Mike. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching. On behalf of myself and the whole gang up here at Possum Lodge, keep your stick on the ice.
All right.
Quando, Omni, Flunkus, Moritati.
Sit down. All right, bow your heads for the men's prayer.
I'm a man, but I can change if I have to, I guess.
All right, man, I'm very pleased to announce that Mike here has resigned as assistant bylaw enforcement officer. He's going back to just normal now, so I suggest you all change your locks.